Let's be honest, at some point or another we had to talk about this, right? I mean, this anime not only had to be one of the best ones to come out this year alone, but it also probably had to be one of the best selling manga of all time so far this year. I feel I'd be in the wrong to at least not mention that this had some sort of impact and that whatever they say about it being cancelled is a lie, and also that more people should watch this because it is really good. Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm That One Movie Geek, and today I want to talk about Chainsaw Man. Now, in case you're living under a rock and somehow don't know about this absolute masterpiece and horror show of a manga and anime, first of all, somehow I congratulate you for not knowing about it. And second, how did you not know about this? I mean, come on. But regardless, allow me to educate you. Chainsaw Man follows the crazy ventures of Denji. He and his little chainsaw dog named Pochita live in a world that's infested with these monsters called devils, which are pretty much demons from Demon Slayer. The only real difference is that they take the form of whatever a human considers to be their greatest fear. And after Denji reveals that he has the ability to pull a cord on his chest and turn it into a chainsaw man-like hybrid, wink wink, he starts working with these devil hunters to help pay off his debt and of course live his life. And surprisingly, that is the only way I can best describe this without really getting into spoilers. Because literally, I feel like there is no way to get through this video without mentioning at least one spoiler from one part of this entire manga or anime. Because this is just an insane show. Like, really, if you are not watching this, what are you doing? Please watch it, because I'm going to spoil so much, I swear. Anyways, as much as I'd like to add my unwanted and honestly garbage opinion on how great this is, I'd much rather get into why I want to talk about this today. Because believe it or not, it's not for the reasons that you think. No, it's not because of the author, and it's not because of how great everything is, though those are important subjects to talk about. But instead, I want to talk about Chainsaw Man as a story. Like, I know that sounds really stupid because so many people have already talked about it like this, but bear with me on it. Chainsaw Man is a story about life, and here's why. Now, as I stated before in the beginning, I'm going to be going over spoilers, so if you're still watching this and you have not watched or read Chainsaw Man, I strongly recommend it because 1, I want to know your opinions, and 2, I'm about to go into spoilers, so please stop if you don't want to get spoiled. So yeah, final warning. Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Chainsaw Man is a story of life for this and this reason only, because it reflects everything about a modern world. From its characters to its situations, it embodies all of this to a T, which makes it 100% relatable. Now, I know that may sound really stupid, especially with what I just said, but honestly, think about it. Chainsaw Man is a reflection of everyone's perception of life. Denji is just an ordinary guy who has to do the things that he has to do, not only for the sake of survival, but for the sake of his own existence, and needs, and wants, in this case. Something that I bared witness to in the manga and IRL in my life is love. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants validation. Everyone wants acceptance. And Denji is a reflection of all that. Now, Denji's version of love may be drastically different from mine, but at the end of the day, no one's version of love is one and the same. Everyone's different, and thus I believe this works to everyone's advantage. Everyone wants love, no matter how you have to receive it, right? Well, no, that's very much not true. But Denji believes that is, and sometimes that's what we believe it is. Which makes it all the more realistic why he goes through these insane ventures with a chainsaw dog and all these people that kill devils just to pay off some debt that his father left behind, while also to get validation from people that he legitimately trusts for a time, as well as find some meaning in his existence. Keep in mind, these are all things that we as human beings, as people, want. And not only that, but we experience these things as well. We experience love and loss and tragedy in all kinds of different ways and in many different forms. Which not only makes Denji a really perfect protagonist in the form of this story and of media in general, but also gives us defiance over how we see the world and what we do. And what happens in the world is none other than a perfect reflection of our own. Our world is not perfect. There's violence, conflict, and destruction every turn, every day, almost every second. And the fact that these devils capture not only our inner demons as we struggle to fight with them, but also the real-world reflections of the problems that we face on a day-to-day basis, is something that I honestly don't even know how to describe at this point in time. Because we don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen. All that matters is risk and chance, which is something that we must do and face in every decision and every choice that we make in this world that we live in. Oftentimes, I feel that most, if not a lot of stories are either picked on or criticized because they either mirror the world too perfectly that everyone hates it because of how good it actually is and want to ignore the fact that it is this good and that they should pay attention to the lesson it's trying to teach us, or they just don't care at all. Much like you probably don't care about my opinion. But there are times like this where I put myself out there and offer my opinion as an opinion. You all can agree, disagree, or do whatever you wish with it. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change the fact that my life, much like Denji's and everyone else's, is completely different. And while it may not be a perfect reflection of any of ours, or perhaps it's only a perfect reflection of few, we all still want the same thing. That, of course, being what I stated before about validation, acceptance, and, of course, love. And while we may or may not get it, and face many hard trials, inner demons, and so on and so forth, we all will still persevere and keep pursuing what it is we wish to do, and have to do, in order to survive, and live the life we choose, as I believe that is what Chainsaw Man has taught me. And ladies and gentlemen, it would seem that we have approached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts and opinions on Chainsaw Man, and let me know what you think. Do you guys agree, disagree, or whatever? Much like many people, I enjoy this series. Sure, there's not a lot of stuff that I agree with about it, but it's still a really good story to tell, and it definitely earns its place. That place, of course, being one of, if not the best shonen stories ever told in media ever. Anyways, as I'm sure you're probably all aware, subscribe and do all that other stuff, because that's what's important. And I'll see you all next year, and hopefully a lot more videos, because this is probably the last video that I will make this year. And as always, I'll see you next time. Good day.
This poncho, I need to pee quicker than I thought!
How's about a piece of my heart?
Ah! No!